I don't know what your visual perception was of Norfolk when you drove in, but I suspect it didn't match something you may have seen on 60 Minutes 20 or 30 years ago, which was a housing project in downtown almost any city of the United States. The mayor is talking about, and there's still way too many people who have that perception of what we do. I think that when you drive into Norfolk, you can't tell that this is affordable housing. It looks like market rate housing, and guess what? Other than probably a swimming pool and a couple of other things, it costs just as much to build as if market rate housing does, and the rent differential between market rents and affordable rents in Caldwell is between $200 and $500 per unit per month. And without being a Harvard MBA, that drops the net operating income and the size of the permanent loan the property can carry. So that's where Idaho Housing comes in. They administer a number of programs from sponsored by the Internal Revenue Service and HUD, and are the gatekeeper for distributing finite resources to help develop properties like Norfolk and affordable housing around the state. And without those resources, this doesn't get built. Corey Phelps.
Yeah, thank you, Tom and team, for allowing me to say a few words. It truly is an honor to be here as part of the grand opening. When we do the shovel readiness, that's fun, but to actually see what an amazing project you guys have built, that's the icing on the cake. So I do work for the Housing and Finance Authority. We do work collaboratively with Tom and other developers to help provide financing resources, whether that be through tax credit equity or from home funding resources. And for that, we're able to cap rents to keep them affordable for the tenants that are living here in the property. First, hats off, this is a beautiful property. And speaking to Caldwell, I started my banking career in 1994 at West One Bank in downtown Caldwell. So to see the transformation, really applause to the community, to Caldwell, and to the amazing things that you have done, and to see where it's at today, never in a million years what I thought back then. And to Tom's point about market and affordable, I'll share a little story. I was at a grand opening here maybe a month ago, and two properties that I unfortunately wasn't aware were not affiliated with each other. And I ended up parking in the parking lot. And the parking lot I parked in was in the market rate that had no affiliation to the affordable. And you couldn't tell the difference between the two. And literally, they shared lot lines. They were right next to each other. So again, Tom and I have had a conversation, and I think we have got to do a better job about telling the story about how vital these properties are to the communities that they're getting built in. I can tell you that for me, I'm fortunate because I get to work throughout Idaho, but I can tell you that the need, it's everywhere. And as we see market studies coming in, affordable vacancies, they're at 1% or below, and in most cases, they're at 0%. So that's how critical it is to be able to continue to develop these types of properties, to have housing for your teachers and your firefighters and the people that are working at the grocery stores and at the restaurants. So again, great project. I couldn't be happier to be here today to see this amazing thing. And again, well done, Tom and team. Thank you, Phil.